The next part of my talk is the acting lessons for beings who are non-physical. Well, I'll tell you the story of the non-physical beings that I know. What they do is they haunt beings that are in the physical. They look to see the worst horror movies that were ever invented, either in the movies or in maybe someone's fantasy books, like, the most evil things created by Stephen King, for example, or odd things they've heard in alternative media, like, that the British royal family are reptilians. They're not even from this planet. They're some kind of a blend of human and some extraterrestrial. And they take all this kind of stuff, and then what they do is they find a human and they turn that person into a target where they're going to take all the worst horror that they can and give it to the person. So after they've done this for quite a while, there's a big pregnant pause, because it's like Monsters, Inc. After they can't scare the people anymore, they can still torture the people, because they still have whatever they have as a group consciousness. They can overpower someone who is in a physical form. So that's what they do. They gang stalk people who are in physical form, because they're repeating the same pattern that they did before they were extinct as a physical species, which led to their physical extinction. So what's the acting lesson for these beings? Well, you're such great mimics. Why don't you mimic Mohandas Gandhi? Why don't you find the greatest minds of humanity that were all about helping other human beings and other beings on the planet? Why don't you find the sociopaths of the 1% that own everything on planet Earth and send them all this horrible, horrible stuff? That's my acting lesson for them. It's like, take your Monsters, Inc. thing on the road and go and find all the people who are in the 1% and haunt them and tell them, we're going to keep haunting you until you divest yourself of all your assets. And you got to tell all your family and all your friends that if they take your assets, that they're going to be haunted. Horrible, horrible, every night. Worst nightmares, unbelievable. And keep haunting them. Keep sending them horrible vibes that shake them to the foundation of their physicality. And say, this is going to keep up. It's time for you to phone your accountant and say, you're going to have to give all my shares away. Who are you going to give them to? I don't know. We're going to figure it out. But you're going to have to give it all away. All of the stuff, all of my properties, everything. I'm going to be like what Jesus said. If you're a rich man, it's really hard to get into the kingdom of heaven. You have to give it all away. All of your wealth. All your money. All your stocks and bonds. All your real estate. All your privileged powers. Everything, you got to give it away. And I would have Monsters, Inc. haunt these people every day until they do it. It's a big job, but that's what these monsters are good at. So again, the acting lesson for the monsters is don't haunt people who are benevolent, who are trying to help other beings. You go find the most evil people, the most self-serving people, and haunt them. That's the acting lesson for non-physical beings who don't know what the hell to do.